For 2024, there are 20 Maverick X3 models for you to choose from. That is a fact. It doesn't include the Maverick R, doesn't include the Maverick Trail, doesn't include the Maverick Sport. And when it comes down to it, there's between 14,000 American dollars and 17,000 Canadian dollars between the base model and the most premium. So I made it really easy for today's test ride. You know we always test the biggest, the baddest, and typically the most expensive models with the most options. But today I'm flipping the script completely. So sit down, buckle up, and get ready for something that's just a little bit different. This right here is the 2024 Maverick X3 DS Turbo, period. There's no Max on it, there's no Turbo RR, there's no Smart Shocks. This is the most cost-effective Maverick X3 that you can buy. But does short money mean short fun? I kind of thought so. I mean, I was the guy preaching that 240 horse out of the Maverick R is needed, and if you're buying a Maverick X3, you better go with the Turbo RR for those 200 horses under the rear rack. And while there are areas like the dunes that those 200 and 240 horses can be put to use, out on the trails of 95% of North America, heck, 95% of the world, the 135 horse Maverick Turbo is more than enough to get you in the fun zone and turn up the smiles per miles way past where I previously thought possible. So it's a base model, but let's wipe that image and that name right out of our minds, because while it is at the lower end of cost, this thing comes extremely well equipped. In fact, it's so well equipped that I think this is the best dollar for your buck in the pure sport market when it comes to cost, performance, and included features. At 64 inches wide, it's in that pure sport width, but way less than the bigger 70+ inch models. Let's keep in mind that you do still get the same base dual phase 980 steel chassis, roll bar, plastics, and sporty race inspired interior as the other models. So where's the cost savings? Honestly, I'm still scratching my head to find it all. Sure, we have the 135 horse Ace Turbo as opposed to the 200 horse, but let me tell you, the 135 is still enough to twist the chassis when you slide through a corner in four-wheel drive and are hooking up with all tires. The power put to the ground is impressive, and don't for a second think that 135 horse isn't fun. It's a flippin' blast. I'm 225 pounds, and when riding with another passenger at a total rider combined weight of over 400 pounds, this buggy is quick, like real quick. Corner to corner blips of the throttle break the rear end without hesitation, and it actually leaves me feeling like 200 horse is just gonna be a whole lot more wheel spin when 135 horse is struggling to not break all four tires loose in almost every situation. So what about suspension? Well, must be cheap, right? No, not at all. For 2024, Can-Am decided to take us in a completely new direction with a company that we're used to seeing on two wheels, Showa. A name you're used to seeing in the supercross and street motorcycle world, Showa is now making 2.5-inch body dampers for certain Maverick models. For our DS Turbo, they feature high and low speed compression, both front and rear, as well as dual rate springs. Travel on all four corners is 20 inches on this X3, and after a good beating on this chassis and suspension setup, I can confidently say that there are very few areas that I would be looking for more travel or better damping. These Showa shocks are high quality and deliver an excellent ride from tame trail family rides to wide open mayhem sessions. So then does the base DS lack an interior and amenities? Well, I mean, you can get fancier stitching on your seats and different coloration as well as a roof, but I keep coming back to the same thing. This DS Turbo is an incredible value. The race-inspired seating, the tight diameter steering wheel, the tri-mode power steering, it's all similar to the top-tier models. Smart lock? Yep, got it. ITC intelligent throttle control? Yep, still here. Cool-looking half doors? Got them standard. Even the color and graphics, I feel, are very premium and high quality. Heck, there's even the high molecular weight polyethylene skid plate, LED headlights and taillights, as well as push-button start and the DESS security tether. What is not to like here? Well, there are some things that I would make changes to, but here's the funny thing. It's not just on the DS base model, it's on all Maverick X3s. So again, not an entry-level issue. And really my only gripe, but a real one, is the angular plastics that seem to be placed directly where my knees rest on the dash. I like to have my seat in tighter to the steering wheel when riding fast, and when I do this, my knees are bent to the perfect angle that the two hard and unfortunately sharp edges of the dash dig directly into my knees. Is it a deal breaker? Not at all, but it is something that could be easily remedied to make the interior even more user-friendly. When you shake down the 2024 Can-Am Maverick X3 DS Turbo, you realize very quickly that it's delivering more performance at a better cost than any of its competition. But at the same time, you also realize that it's probably the best value in all of the 20 Maverick X3s available for 2024.